14, Mike Robb. Number 16, E.J. Baldwin. Number 18, Philip Grobo. Number 33, Mark Kuski. Number 36, Justin Dietrich. Number 42, Justin Siebenaller. Number 44, Bill Schneider. Number 48, Nathan Winia. And number 77, Ben Winkle. And now for the Worthington Trojans. Number 1, Jeremy Schotten. Number 4, Ben Clark.
As the introductions get underway here for the Trojans, this is one of the most important games for the high school hockey team here. Luverne and Worthington have been a pretty big matchup since
I'm sure Luverne wants to get revenge. Worthington beat them. I think it was 7-4. Does that sound right, Brady?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure Luverne will be ready to go and want to get a piece of them. And I also heard Luverne's fans weren't being very nice to Worthington when they left the ice, so maybe Worthington will be just as much pumped up and ready to get them again. I look for it to be a really good game, and I don't know, I heard Luverne had a couple of defensemen that weren't going to be playing, so that should make it a little easier for Worthington to skate through some defenders, some forwards playing defense.
Okay, we're shortly underway here. Just about another minute or so until this hockey game gets started here. So Luverne, their key players, I think, are number 15, 15, Mike Braw, 44, Billy Schneiders. I think there's a defensive man. His name's Cook or something like that. So they got some pretty big hitters on this team. I mean, they look small, but they're hitters. And Worthington, they got Mitch Robinette. Heard he's number 3rd in the state in scoring, in points. So I think Luverne's going to come out hitting in this first period to maybe get these Trojans a little tired so they can put some points on the board.
I think Luverne's going to come out and try to lay the body on Clark and Robinette to slow them down, tire them out, and keep their shots out of the net a little bit. I'm sure that'll be a big key. Tonight's also Gunnar Alberg night out here at the arena as the opening faceoff takes place and Worthington throws it down into Luverne's end. And there's Robinette and Clark right away, forechecking hard for Worthington. Worthington has control at neutral ice. Now loses it to that Bra that you were talking about earlier for Luverne, one of their better players.
Yeah, here comes Mitch Robinette. Here he goes, him and Clark coming down. Robinette tried to pass over Clark, but it was deflected off one of the Luverne defense and went right into the goalie, so he covered it up, and there's going to be a face-off down in the Luverne zone.
You saw the Luverne defender there trying to hit Robinette, trying to lay the body on him a little bit, but Robinette bounced right off and was able to get a little offense going for the Trojans here. Robinette wins the face-off clean, and the slap shot from Pfeiffer's deflected up into the ceiling, right back down, so we got a stoppage of play and we'll do it all over.
Yeah, that was that Mike Braw, that big hitter for Luverne. Looks like a small player, but on his skates, he's pretty strong. Robinette takes the face-off, and he just kind of punches it forward. Pfeiffer gets the puck. He hits it up to the Ryder. Here comes Clark. He gets the puck out of the big pile up there. Here comes Mike Braw down the ice for Luverne. Braw's going to carry it in the zone. Loses control. Pfeiffer regains it. Oh, there's a shot on goal by Luverne. Flynn made the save down there in net. Pfeiffer and Ryder are working it down in the corner there. Robinette's got the puck now. Here he goes. He's carrying it up. Ooh, there's that defender checking Robinette. Here comes Clark up up the ice with it. Mitch putting on some moves here. He's going to carry it into the zone, see if he can get a shot on net. And he does, but kind of a side shot, never a good angle. Here comes 44 for Luverne. He passes over 77. 77 tries passing it up to Schneider's, and this could be an icing. So it's going to bring it back down to Luverne's zone for a face-off.
Both teams got a little offense going there. Wheat's got a shot on net. Neither one were real big shots, but got to test these goalies out. See what we can do. Now we got Ryan Grimius out there with Jake Shodden and Nick Nelson for the forwards for the Trojans. Luverne gets it out of their zone, and there they go down the ice. It's Billy Schneider, their captain. Luverne throws it around the net, and Joe Vosberg picks it up for the Trojans. Now Ryan Grimius throws it around the net for Nick Nelson. Luverne gets the puck and takes a quick shot. A little bit of traffic in front of the net there, but they weren't able to get a stick on it to deflect it. The Luverne defenseman has a lot of time there to take a slap shot. Comes back to the other D. He tries to shoot, and I think it went up in the ceiling.
Yeah, it's kind of slow play so far in this first period. Nothing really big happening. But here comes a quick change. Robinette's line back out here. I think they're going to try and keep these guys on the ice most of the time because they're their big scorers for the team. Like I said, Robinette third in the state in points. Clark's up there too.
Looks like Luverne might be trying to keep Bra on Robinette's line. Keep Bra's line out with Robinette. Maybe follow him around the ice and not let him score.
Puck goes down in the Worthington zone. Pfeiffer down there chasing it. Pfeiffer slaps around the boards to Clark. Clark takes it back down. He's going to pass it around the boards, but no, he faked it, and here he comes up the ice. Him and Robinette and Ryder, and that pass was deflected. Kyle Pfeiffer regained the puck, and now here comes Luverne down in their zone. They're going to dump it in. Number 48 for Luverne dumps it in. Chris Hall is down in the corner. He's going to bring the puck up. He passes it up to Robinette, but that was knocked down by a Luverne player, and they dump it down in the zone. Pfeiffer and Hall's down there working it around for the defense. Here's Joey Ryder on the side with the puck. Ryder kind of lofted it up, but Luverne just knocking those passes away, not really giving Worthington a chance to get the puck. Here comes Ryder again. He couldn't really control the puck, so Clark regains it. Here comes Mitch. He kind of dumps in the zone, and here comes a change for the Trojans.
Trojans are using a little bit of a lob pass, it looks like, trying to get it up and over the sticks through the traffic and trying more of a longer pass. Now Luverne dumps it all the way down on net. Jesse Flynn in the net for the Trojans. Here comes Jake Standifer at the blue line. He's stood up. The Luverne crowd likes to see that. Now Luverne's breaking out of their zone. Luverne defenseman carrying it up. He takes a slap shot from the blue line, and it's gloved and held on to by Flynn.
There are some pretty big hits there going on down in this corner. Pretty big hit put on Jake Shodden right at the blue line. They both fell down, but I think Jake Shodden got the harder end of it. So here comes Robinette and Clark's line out again. See if they can do something.
The refs aren't letting Luverne make the line change there, trying to match Worthington's lines, and that's a big part of it. Hockey that you don't notice is all the line changing and matching players up together. Luverne controlling the puck in their own end now, in the Worthington end. Shot on net, saved by Flynn. Here come the Trojans up the ice, and it's Mitch Clark. He's got Robinette with him, but it's broken up at the blue line by number 12 for Luverne. Nice hit put on by Mitch Clark. You can see the other Luverne players are kind of coming in to get a piece of Clark. I think Robinette just took a penalty, I'm not sure. Yep. Mitch got a 2-minute penalty for elbowing now, so we're going to get to see what Luverne's power play has. This is a big opportunity for Luverne to set the tone here. Killing the penalty is Ryan Grimius and Jake Standifer now, or Jake Shodden now for the Trojans.
kind of heard a roar in the Luverne section over here, because Robinette pretty much tore Luverne defense up last week, so Mitch has to sit 2 minutes in the box. I don't think he's probably very happy about that. So Luverne's got it down in Worthington zone. Grimius working around. He tried getting it out, but it was blocked by a Luverne defender. Now they're going to set up a play here. Back to the point. Point takes a shot at net. Flynn with a nice save there off the pad. So Pfeiffer gets it out of the zone. Oh, Grimius just couldn't pick up the puck. Kind of went under his stick there, so Luverne keeps it in the zone. Stanford working down there. Here comes Jake Shodden over. He gets kind of tripped up. Luverne still got it down in the zone, but now Grimius is going to send it out of the zone.
The Worthington penalty kill's doing a good job of playing a box, trying to keep the Luverne players out of the middle of the ice there, letting them work on the edge, but not get in the middle. Now here's Luverne offside at the blue line, and Worthington will probably be able to get a line change here. Guess they're going to keep what they got out there. Luverne hasn't really gotten any quality shots on in this power play yet, have they?
No, not really. It's been kind of a little pass-around game for these guys. Ryan Grimius won the draw there, kind of knocked it down the end. Pfeiffer hits the puck. Jake Shodden's got control of it. He's going to try and ice it, and he does. Now Ryan Grimius, he just can't handle the puck right now, so Luverne's going to dump it in to Jake. Jake Stanford picked up the puck. He tried sending it out, but Luverne is doing a great job keeping it in the zone. Jake Shodden sends it down the ice. Here comes the goalie to pass it up to one of his players. Line change by the Trojans there. Derek Russ putting on the defense. And there was Jake Stanford sending it down the ice, burning some time for the Trojans. Derek Russ working it down here in the corner. Russ doing a great job holding the puck in the zone as long as he can. Oh, and he takes a pretty hard hit there. Nelson gets tied up by one of the Luverne players. The Trojans are doing an excellent job keeping it out of the zone here, or keeping it in the zone here. Hall saves it.
Now we got Worthington putting the pressure on short-handed. Pfeiffer took a big slap shot from the point, and goalie made a real nice kick save. He kept it nice and low right where you want it. And now Luverne's trying to break out. The pass didn't go to anybody, so Worthington gets it again. Pfeiffer winds it up. It's blocked by the Luverne forward, and back and behind our net it goes. Worthington's penalty is over, so we're full strength now. Luverne has control. Luverne players aren't really being pressured much right now. It doesn't seem like they got a lot of time with the puck. Flynn's sprawling around in front of the net. I don't know if he knew where the puck was or not. It didn't go in, but Trojans got to get it out. Now here's Mitch Clark. He blocked a shot, and now he's got kind of a breakaway going. He takes a shot. Goalie's made the save. It went through his legs and behind him, but wide of the net. Luverne defenseman did a nice job of covering up, chasing and hustling down to get him, so he didn't have a clean shot.
Yeah, as those three Trojans were coming down here, Clark got a shot on net, and Robinette, he was there for the rebound, but he kind of took a shot. One of the Luverne players kind of hit him there. Here goes Robinette with the face-off against Mike Braw here. He wins it. But Braw seemed to get to the hole there, and here comes Robinette and Clark. Robinette had an easy chance for a breakaway, but one of the Luverne players stuck his stick out and blocked it, and Luverne's got it down in Worthington zone. Jake Stanford working it on the corner. There goes somebody hitting Robinette. Tried to anyways, but Robinette put a move on him and got around him. John Stanford working it down in the corner. He's going to pass it up. Well, it was deflected by one of the Luverne players. Joe Vosberg just passed it up to Robinette Clark.
Looks like we got John Stanover playing with Clark and Robinette now, maybe mixing the lines up a little bit. Ryder usually plays with those guys. Now here's Stanover passing it to Clark. He had a wide open net, and he didn't get much on that shot at all, and it went wide. Now the puck down in the corner. Here comes Luverne up the middle of the ice with it, right through the slot. Now they try to throw it out, and Jake Stanover blocks the puck. Mitch Clark down here with it now, fighting for it with the Luverne player. Wraps it around the boards. Now to Nick Nelson, the puck comes. Now Worthington making a line change. Nelson tries to pass to Robinette, but he was changing it up. Here's Nelson coming through, lays a weak shot on net. kind of trying to look for a rebound. Goalie did the right thing, covered up there.
Trojans are doing a good job of, well, actually haven't been, but now they've been putting some pressure on this Luverne goaltender, getting some good shots in net. Maybe this goaltender will weaken up a little bit and start putting some points on the board. So Luverne's got it down in their own zone, trying to break it out, and they do. Billy Schneider's got the puck for Luverne. Pfeiffer keeps him from getting the puck. Now Nelson's got the puck, and it was deflected by one of the Luverne players. Nelson kind of hitting it off the boards. Here comes Pfeiffer up. He hits Ryan Grimius with the pass. Here comes a 2-on-1. Grimius with Jake Shodden, and Jake Shodden got on it, shot on net. Oh, and that went right off the post by Jake Shodden.
That was a really pretty pass from Grimius to Shodden there, and he hit the post. Another pretty play down there was when Pfeiffer hit Billy Schneider, their captain, knocked him off the puck, used the strength in his big body to get in the way and not let him through. And then he looked up and found Grimius with the pass to get that whole play started. A real big scoring chance for the Trojans. We've had a couple. Clark had one with the open net there, it looked like. And that one off the post, we just haven't been able to convert. We get a lot of quality scoring chances, but sooner or later they're going to go in. The goalie hasn't blocked either one of those. The one went wide and the one hit the post, so hopefully we can get one in. Now we got Robinette out there with Ryder and Clark. They got their line back, it looks like now. There's a shot by the Luverne team, steered aside by Flynn, and here comes Clark with Robinette. 2-on-2. Clark stops at the top of the circles, does a 360 and tries to find Ryder, taken away by Luverne. Now he finds Mitch Robinette. He's got Clark going to the net, and Ryder, he takes a shot. Goalie blocks it aside. Now here's a loose puck out for Jake Stanifer, who winds up. Nice block by Bra. That's the second time I've seen him block a shot. He's hurting. Now we got a charging penalty on Luverne defenseman number 11, Cook. Now Worthington's going to get to show their power play now. We're getting a lot of scoring chances. Hopefully now with this power play we can get one to go in.
I'm pretty sure Robinette, Clark and Ryder are going to stay out this line. They're going to put a lot of pressure on. Here comes Pfeiffer on D and Halls, two of their good defensemen. I'm pretty sure the Trojans are going to try their hardest to put a point up on the board as much as they can.
Robinette wins the face-off to Ryder, gets it back to Pfeiffer. Now Pfeiffer dumps it down for Robinette. He drops it back even deeper. Mitch Clark picks it up. We got Ryder and Robinette in the slot. Clark's taking his time looking around. Tries to go to Halls. That's a dangerous pass because number 33 for Luverne poked his stick out and dumped it down the ice. Now Jesse Flynn makes a save. We get the whistle of a face-off down on our end. That was a dangerous pass across the middle. When it works, it's going to be pretty, but it's also dangerous.
Yeah, that was Luverne, number 33, deflected and went down the ice and put a move on Chris Halls, and he got to the net, and Luverne got a good shot on net there on Worthington's power play here, but Flynn came up with a big save, so now Robinette takes the face-off, kind of pushes it forward, but Luverne player saved it. Clark's got it over on the side here. Clark's going to bring it up. Here, he's still got the puck. He's going to probably carry it in the zone here. And that was an offsides on, I think Mitch Robinette might have stepped over the line there, but they're going to face it off over here on the left side, just outside the blue line.
Yeah, offside's what the call was. I think Clark put one too many moves on and faked his own team out a little bit there. Robinette to take the draw for the Trojans. He wins it over to Ryder. Ryder tries to dump it in, but it's taken away by Luverne. Now Pfeiffer's going to dump it. He throws it around the boards. Mitch Clark waiting for it. Picks it up. He kicks it down a little bit. Now back to Chris Halls. He takes a whack, spins and throws it to Clark. Now Clark tries to pass it across, but it's taken away. Robinette throws it back to Halls. Now a puck comes back out to Clark, who gives it for Pfeiffer, a slap shot. Blocked by Bra. That's the third slap shot I've seen him take. And it paid off for him. Now number 12's got a one-on-one kind of going. And Pfeiffer lays him out pretty good there. Pfeiffer came from across the ice, laid his shoulder, and just blew him over. Now Robinette's tripped up a little bit there. Clark fighting for it. Now here comes Ryder. Gets it across the line for the Trojans. Luverne takes it down. Got to figure they're going to be looking to ice it here. Worthington's making a line change. Dumped it down to Jake Standifer. Across to Pfeiffer. He looks for Schodden. Luverne gets the puck in the neutral ice. Now they dump it down. It's killing off time on their penalty kill.
Pfeiffer takes it from behind the net. A Luverne player down there probably trying to stall the puck, waste the power play. Here comes Jake Schodden. He's going to carry it out of the Worthington zone. He still got the puck. Dumps it into the zone. Now, every team's full strength for both teams now, so Luverne won't have to ice it. Ryan Grimius working in front of the net here, see if he can get an open shot. Now Luverne's breaking it out here. Number 33 passes it up to Schneider. Schneider gets the puck. Here comes oh, that was a good play by Jake Schodden, I think it was. Dove at the puck and knocked Billy Schneider's shot out of the way. Here comes Nick Nelson. Nick Nelson trying to get out of the zone, but he can't. And Flynn makes a tough glove save. Nice shot by the point.
Yeah, on that little break, Billy Schneider, the captain for Luverne, put a quick little move on Standifer. Kind of dipped out of the way when he tried to play the body, it looked like, and right around him he went, took a shot on net, and Flynn was able to make the save. Got a pretty good matchup going here with the goaltenders, it looks like. We got a 0-0 game so far. We got 2:40 left in the first period. Face-off down in the Worthington end. Robinette, Ryder, and Clark's line are out with Vosberg and Standifer on the D. Luverne gets a shot on net. Flynn makes a save. Worthington doing a good job of tying up the people in the slot tonight. Now here comes Robinette on breakaway. He mishandles the puck, otherwise he was all alone. Mitch Clark with it, Luverne player sprawling down. Clark dumps it in. Trojans are giving chase now. Robinette down there playing after it. Clark's in the slot. Here comes Robinette, takes a backhand off the shoulder. It hit the post and the crossbar and bounced out. Robinette thought he scored, but he didn't. It's a big check tried to be thrown by Halls on Bra. Brady was talking about Bra being a strong skater and didn't even really phase him. Now here comes Clark. Clark winds up for a slap shot. It's deflected, just sails wide. Now Standifer takes a slap shot, blocked by Bra. There's the fourth slap shot I've seen that kid take tonight.
Here comes Jake Standifer carrying it to the zone. Oh, he takes a hard hit by number 15, Mike Brawl. And here comes number 77 for Luverne. He gets to Mike Brawl. Mike Brawl's got a breakaway, and what a save by Jesse Flynn. Jake Standifer just tries to take a slap shot at it. Here's number 16 for Luverne's got it. He passes it up. Pfeiffer got to go down and get it in his own zone. He's going to send it around the boards here. Here comes Jake Schodden with the puck. He passes it up to Nick Nelson. Nick Nelson and Ryan Grimius with the puck. Nick Nelson just dumps it in the zone. Here comes Jake Schodden down to get it. Oh, Ryan Grimius just got a good shot on net, kind of a wraparound, but the goalie made a good save. Jake Schodden's got it over there on the right side. There's Joe Vosberg with a nice shot on net. It was a good save by the goalie. Nice blocker save by the goalie, that was.
Now Luverne, after the whistle, pushing some people around a little bit. Boy, we saw a dangerous play out there when that Bra stuck his leg out knee to knee and put a leg check on one of the Worthington players. Then he got a breakaway. I'm glad to see both players get up from that one.
43 seconds left in this first period. The score is still 0-0.
It's the Gunnar Alberg night out here at the arena.
That's right, Gunnar Alberg. That's an official day here in Worthington.
Ryan Grimius wins the face-off over to the teammate, but he was tied up, and now Luverne goes down the ice. Puck laying out for a player. Diving Luverne player just sends it wide. Now back to the D, into the slot now. Luverne player skating around with it, back to his point. Now here comes Worthington up the ice. Ryan Grimius. Now Joe Vosberg sends it down to Jake Schodden. He fans on a slap shot, but he gets the puck back. He's got Grimius with him, but he puts the puck on and the goalie blocks it away. Now Ryder keeps the puck in for Worthington behind the net, and that's the end of the period. Little contact there, but not much. Now Zamboni.
Ball on the way here. Robinette's going to take the face-off against Brawl. Robinette wins it. Chris Hall passes it up to Derek Russ, but it just a little bit too far, so Luverne. Here comes Robinette. He's going to carry it into the zone. Dumps it to Clark. I think that might be an offsides call.
Robinette tried the drop pass there to Clark. That's something I haven't really seen tonight. We got a 0-0 game still. About 20 seconds into the beginning of the second period here. Worthington's got Russ skating out there with Clark and Robinette now. Worthington gets the puck. Robinette throws it across looking for Rust. Rust goes back to get it. Now it comes out to Robinette. He's got some time. Tried to go to the backhand and got it taken away. Now Pfeiffer put the big hit on Luverne, who bounced off and hit Robinette, knocked him down. And there's a slap shot from the top of the circle. Beat Jesse Flynn clean. I'm not sure who scored that for Luverne, but it was a hard shot right past his glove. He threw the glove at it just a little bit too late. Now Luverne takes a 1-0 lead. 40 seconds into the second period. That's kind of an innocent looking shot from when it started, but it found the back of the net. That's all it takes. Now we're going to keep Robinette and Clark's line out there for the Trojans with Rust. Joe Vosberg passes it up for the Trojans. Comes to Rust. Mitch Clark hustling down there to get the puck. Now Mitch Robinette gets it in the slot and takes a shot, but it goes over the net. We got to convert on those. Just got a little bit too high on that one. Now here comes Luverne from the same shot. They're going to wind up again and try it again. This time Flynn's able to make the save and hold on. Worthington guys kind of talking to each other down there. We'll have a face-off in our zone now.
Yeah, those are two good shots put on by Luverne. I don't know why the defense for Worthington ain't stepping up. I thought I just heard Robinette yell at Stanford to tell him, step it up on D and don't let those Luverne guys get the shot on net. And that would have happened. I don't know if that first goal would have happened. Here's Luverne down in the corner. Jake Stanford putting on some good defense, trying to keep the Luverne player off the puck. Now Nick Nelson comes down and helps him. Here goes Stanford around the net with the puck. There's Luverne, passes out to the defender. They're going to get a shot on net. Jake Schotten slides in front of the player. Here comes Billy Schneiders. He gets the shot on net, but Flynn makes a good save.
Flynn's able to make the save and cover up on that one for a whistle, and now we'll face it off down in the Worthington zone. We got Nick Nelson, Ryan Grimius, and Jake Schotten out for the Trojan forwards with Jake Stanifer and Joe Vosberg on D. Worthington wins the face-off back to Stanifer. He skates up the slot and finds Grimius. Now Grimius loses it, comes back to Stanifer. As he falls, he throws it ahead. Now Luverne gets it at neutral ice. They're going to skate in. Tries to throw a shot on net, a pretty weak shot. It was deflected by the Trojans and it went behind the net. Now Trojans try to clear, ends up going back to the D. Two Luverne players fall, and now Worthington ices the puck. Face-off will come all the way back down to our zone. And
Jake Schotten had a couple defenders fall down there on Luverne. He had two Trojan players breaking, but his pass just went a little bit in front of him, so they're going to have to come back here in Worthington zone and face this off because there's an icing on the play. So here's Robinette, Clark, and Derek Russ's line out here. Robinette. Here comes Robinette on the break. Oh, came on the breakout, but here comes Derek Russ. He gets a shot on net, but it was a glove save by Luverne's goaltender. Here comes Chris Hall. He keeps it in the zone, but Luverne breaks it out to number 12 for Luverne. Here comes he. He's going to get a shot on net here, but Flynn makes the save. Number 46 for Luverne sends it in front of the net, but Robinette makes the block. Still in the pass. Oh, there's Derek Ross with a big hit on the play. Pfeiffer with a big shot over there on the side too. Chris Halls just gets taken out. Some big hits here going on in the second period. Here's Pfeiffer with the puck. Pfeiffer's gonna pass it over to Clark. Clark really didn't see the pass. So this puck's gonna go back down the zone with the Luverne defender coming down too. Derek Ross has the puck over here. Here comes Chris Halls. He kind of passes it up to Robinette a little bit ahead of him. Robinette putting on the pressure. Mike Brawl for Luverne has the puck. He takes a big shot by Chris Halls, but he stays on his feet, and here comes Luverne again. Robinette puts the hit on number 7 for Luverne. Pfeiffer just hits puck up to the ice. Clark. Clark kind of tried to block the shot, but the Luverne player just got around him, and that's going to be, I think it's going to be an offense.
Yeah, that's an offside right there.
Yeah, offside.
Luverne player got across the blue line before the puck did. Tried to come back, and as he was coming back, the puck hit him in the skates. Offside was the call. Looks like Luverne's maybe out hitting the Trojans a little bit. Seems like Pfeiffer's done a good job of using the body, but the rest of the Trojans seem to be having trouble knocking him down. Luverne doesn't seem to have quite as much trouble as the Trojans do. Worthington wins the face-off, but Billy Schneider hustling back for Luverne, picks it up behind the net. We got 2 guys in the slot, now we're covering them good. Brian Grimace throws it out, bounces over the guy's stick, and down the ice we go. We got Jake Shodden going after it, Nick Nelson, and Ryan Grimace for the forwards, and here's Jake Standifer on D with Joe Vosberg. Standifer dribbling a little bit, going down into the corner. Ryan Grimace doing a good job of staying back for the Trojans on defense for his defensive player. Now we pass it across. I'm not sure if we got in the crease. I think
Net might have came off
I
there.
think in the crease is the call. Yeah. Worthington player was in the goalkeeper's crease, the little blue area, and we got a stoppage of play.
Face-off's going to come out of the zone.
Face-off comes outside of the blue line, just outside the Trojan zone. We got 10 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the second period yet. Luverne ahead 1-0. Luverne's done a real good job of quieting Mitch Robinette and Mitch Clark tonight. That's pretty much what hurt them in their other meeting when Worthington beat them 7-4. Now Worthington scrambling for a loose puck in front of the Luverne net. Worthington has a guy all alone in front of the net. Now they're starting to cover him. Luverne dumps it out of their zone up to number 8 here. 7, I mean, he sidesteps one check. Billy Schneider keeps it alive inside his zone. Joe Vosberg going after him. Luverne looks pretty strong on their skates tonight. And now out of the zone goes the puck, and Ryan Grimace is going after it. He gets past 1D, he's all alone. He's waiting. And Luverne just took the net off. I don't like to see that. They aren't going to put up with much of that tonight. Those 2D went right for the net, didn't it look like?
Yeah, Luverne's kind of some weak players here. I don't like their style of play personally because they always got to try to find some way to cheat the game a little bit. Right there they did a little take the net off or something, act like they trip or something. I think Ryan Grimace should have had a goal there, but one of the defenders for Luverne takes the net right off. I don't like that.
Yeah, Grimace came across the slot. Got the goalie to go down like he wanted to. He was waiting and waiting and waiting for him to go down. Finally he went down. Then he was going to lift it up and over into the top of the net. He didn't get much air on the puck. I think the goalie made the save, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because Luverne defense knocked the net off. Now Chris Halls takes a slap shot and it's saved by the goalie, and we'll have a face-off down in the Luverne defensive zone right outside their goalie. Worthington's got Clark and Robinette out there with Ryder, Pfeiffer and Halls on D. This line's due for some points. They've been shut out so far tonight. Robinette wins the draw back to Halls clean. He takes a slap shot, and Robinette deflects it. And Clark was right there too. I'm not really sure who got the goal, but it went in. We got a 1-1 game. It was either Robinette or Clark from Halls. Robinette did a real good job of winning that face-off. That's important. Halls took a nice slap shot and it was deflected. There was some traffic in front. We'll see who scored here. Trojans tied up 1-1 with 9:36 to go in the second period.
Who scored?
Maybe that'll get the Trojans fired up and ready to play now. Just when I said they were due, they scored.
Second period scoring for Worthington, number 14.
Robinette scored the goal.
Assist goes to number 11, Chris Hall.
Then right after that on the face-off at center ice, Robinette won it back. Worthington controlled the puck and got a shot on net. They covered it up and we'll have a face-off right from where we scored last time. Let's see if they can do it again. Robinette to take the draw from the same spot. Same lines out there. He won it again back to Halls, takes a slap shot, but this one was too high to deflect. Puck was kind of rolling when he took a shot. Now Robinette looks for Clark, the puck bounced through there, and the goalie covers up. We'll have another face-off down in that end. This line's starting to pick up their play a little bit, getting some good pressure on.
Yeah, this is a good line here. Robinette and Clark finally getting something started here, putting some good passes on the plays and feeding their points a little bit, and that's what's going to win hockey games. Feed the points, pass it around, make plays. And that's what Robinette and Clark are exactly what they're doing here. Robinette working it behind the net. Clark's got the puck. Now a Luverne player takes it from Clark. Here Luverne comes up the ice, and one of the Luverne defenders couldn't control the puck, so it's going down in Luverne's zone. Clark chasing it. Billy Schneider picks up the puck for Luverne. Ryder steals it, and I think that's going to be called an offsides.
Clark did a good job of forechecking. The defenseman was kind of by himself, tried to pass it up the ice, and Clark got a little piece of it off his shins, I think. The puck didn't come out of the zone. Robinette came for it. Luverne finally got it out of the zone just barely as Ryder was coming to keep it in. Now we got a face-off out here in the neutral part of the ice. Ryan Grimius out there now for the face-off. Nick Nelson throws it in, and Jake Shodden's chasing after it. Jake Standifer back on D, gets it back to Shodden in front of the net. He takes a shot, but it's deflected. It comes back to Shodden. He finds Ryan Grimius. He takes a slap shot that's deflected. We got to be careful with those slap shots at the blue line. If they're deflected, it's a breakaway for the other team a lot of the times. Here's Ryan Grimius still on the D there, back there for Standifer. He throws it back for Nelson. And Nelson's pass comes outside of the zone down into the Worthington zone. Joe Vosberg for the Trojans picks it up. He throws it around the boards for Nick Nelson. Nick kind of misplays it, and there's a slap shot by Luverne, Billy Schneider. Now it comes back to their D. There's a shot, and it's deflected, but puck didn't go to the net on the deflection. Now Nick Nelson doing a good job out-muscling a Luverne player. Brian Grimius down there fighting for it with Luverne. Luverne going around the net with it. They got their points wide open right now. I can hear their coach yelling, use the points. Now Luverne has to clear, and the Luverne player dumps it over the boards into his own bench. That'll be a whistle. And they'll face off from where he shot it from, pretty much in the neutral ice by the red line.
Yeah, that Luverne defender didn't really have any choice to shoot the puck anywhere. It could have been trouble for Luverne, so he just kind of maybe tried dumping it in the zone, but it went to the Luverne box, and there's going to be a face-off right about the red line. Robinette takes the face-off. He wins it back to Halls. Halls kind of shoots it up to Hagen, and him and Hagen are working it over on the side here. And here comes Luverne. Tried to get a shot on net there, but it was blocked by Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer puts a big hit on number 16 for the Luverne. They're kind of roughing it out over there, still in the corner. Now Robinette's looking for the puck, and he tried taking it. Pfeiffer dumps it into the zone. Pfeiffer kind of got tripped up over there by number 15, Mike Brawl, and that's that little kid again. Here comes Clark over to stop one of the Luverne players, and I think it was 48 send it up in the rafters and out of play. So there's going to be a face-off down in the Luverne zone.
Worthington was looking for the long pass out to Robinette, and the Luverne defenseman did a good job of sticking with him. Didn't really look like he saw the puck coming. Robinette did, but he couldn't get him off him, and there was no real offensive chance for Worthington. Now Robinette takes the face off. Luverne wins it, but Worthington gets control. Robinette for Clark. Pass came really quick and kind of handcuffed him, it looked like. Now here comes Luverne. Pfeiffer does a good job of hitting him. The puck laid in the net there. The net came off. Puck was laying in the crease. Luverne might have got it in, but it was after the net was off. Luverne player kind of plowed Flynn over and knocked him into the net. Now the face-off comes out here to Jesse Flynn's right.
And a baby Flinner!
Robinette to take the draw. He's got Nick Hagan
Light him off, baby.
and Mitch Clark on his line now. Worthington doing a little bit of switching the lines up a little bit tonight now. Now Pfeiffer and Bra behind the net. Gets it out to Mitch Clark. He's got Robinette in front of him. His pass kind of misfired and it went all the way down the ice. No icing. Now Luverne trying to get it out. It comes to Clark. He finds he had Robinette alone in front there. Just a little bit behind him. Now there's Bra just going after Robinette. Their crowd likes to see that. Pretty sure the Worthington players will have something to say about that. Now here's Mitch Clark. Here he comes up the ice, taking his time, looking. Steps aside, one guy takes a slap shot just over the line on net. Goalie saves it. And there's Robinette getting pushed a little bit. It's pretty obvious the Luverne players don't like Robinette too much. They're doing kind of everything they can to rough him up.
The only reason why they don't like him is they can't stop him. Once Robinette gets on that 1-on-1 or 1-on-2 or whatever it is, Luverne defenders, they have no game. Robinette just moves right behind him. He's got too much speed for him. And I think Robinette might be getting another penalty here, is it? Coincident penalty?
Both players are getting penalties, probably for roughing. I think Luverne might be going back to the old saying, if you can't beat him, fight him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now they're getting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. They'll both be out for about 2 minutes. Teams will still be 5-on-5, so it won't hurt much. Luverne's probably happy to get Robinette off the ice no matter what player they lose, though. There's a slap shot by Halls. Goalie makes a nice save and covers up.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't want Robinette on that ice. Probably want to keep him off as much as they can. But there's 5:44 left in this second period, and the score is 1-1. So far, we got a really good game going on here. Ryan Grimace takes the face off. He wins it. But here comes Luverne. They kind of punched it through. Here goes Billy Schneiders with the 2-on-1. He gets a shot on net, and I think that might have hit the pipe. Either that or hit the side of the net. Luverne defender got a shot on net. Number 77 working it over on the other side. He's working against Jake Schotten. Puck's down behind Worthington's goal. And 77 lost his helmet, so they're going to have to blow the whistle to stop play. Put that back on.
And since that was on a Luverne player, the faceoff comes outside of the Worthington zone, just like an offside would. I think the rule is you have to put it on right away. He tried skating to the bench. Worthington got Gremius, Nelson, and Shodden out for the forwards with Stanifer and Joe Vosberg for the defenseman. Now here comes Bra. He skates through Stanifer, takes a backhand, and it goes wide. Bra gets the puck again. Ryan Gremius putting the body on. He's playing a good game tonight. Now Bra just kind of drops Gremius. I think Bra's kind of a dirty player. Kind of looks like it.
Dirty, dirty.
Now here's Bra in the slot, taken away by Gremius. Gremius sidesteps the D. He's got Nelson in front of him. He looks like the Worthington players are a little tired right now. Here comes pass in the slot. Joe Vosberg did a good job of tying up the Luverne player's stick. Now Flynn trying to cover it, but comes out to Ryan Gremius. He ices the puck, and it'll come back to this zone. Worthington's changing up. Now I think Robinette's still in the box, so they're not going to be able to use his line. Looks like they're bringing Clark out with Ryder and John Standifer for the forwards. We got Halls and Pfeiffer on D. John Standifer to take the face off. He wins it over to Ryder. Puck goes back behind the net for Pfeiffer. Tries to find Clark, but nobody was there. We got a big screen in front of the net on that defenseman shot. Luckily it hit somebody. We got to do a little bit better job of clearing him out, I think. Defenseman had a lot of time. Now here's Pfeiffer, tangled up with the ref. Here comes the Luverne player. He's got guys hanging on him. There's a puck up and over the net. Flynn calmly reaches up and gloves it. Luverne players all around in the crease and everything.
Yeah, Jesse didn't really look like he needed much skills to save that shot, and then he had a Luverne player in his crease, and he kind of looked at him and said something, but really couldn't see what he was saying. Probably something about get out of his crease or something. So here's John Standifer taking the face off again. Tries getting it over to Clark. Luverne's getting some good shots here on this line here, so they got it working behind the over in the corner here. Clark brings it out. Here comes Clark up the ice, putting some moves on, and they got a 3-on-1 here with Clark leading the way. And I don't know if Clark wanted to pass that or shoot it, but I think he chose to pass it, and it was blocked by one of the Luverne players. And here comes Luverne on a 2-on-2, 3-on-2 now. And that shot was deflected by Pfeiffer, and John Standifer with a big hit on one of the Luverne players. Here's a shot right in front of the net, and that's a goal by Billy Schneiders for Luverne.
Worthington had their forwards sucked down a little bit. They were helping out on the D like they're supposed to, but nobody was in the middle of the ice to cover up in the deep slot, the high slot. Billy Schneider skated in and took a shot. He was hit as he let it go, but he had enough time to pick a spot and in the net. Luverne takes a 2-1 lead now. 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the second period here. Now the penalties for both sides are over.
And 11:41 to the second period.
Nick Nelson comes up the ice with it. It's at his skates in front of the net. He takes a shot kind of through the slot into the corner.
And number 15, Mike Brown.
Ryan Grimius doing a good job of fighting for it back there. Now Worthington tries to put it out in the middle of the slot there. Here's Joe Vosberg with the puck. He throws it up ice for Nick Nelson. Right back to Vosberg. Does the same thing with it, looking for Nelson. Both teams are kind of throwing it back and forth from blue line to blue line. Now here comes Luverne across the blue line. Takes a shot onto Flynn. Flynn makes the save and covers it up. Little face off out here, right in front of him. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second period. Worthington's bringing Robinette out. He's probably good and rested up right now. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
I think off this face-off, there might be kind of a play maybe set up where Robinette will win the face-off back to the defenders, and the defenders will flip it up the ice to either Clark or Robinette. But Robinette,
right off the draw there, the puck went up in the air. The center for Luverne tried to play it out of there. He got a stick up over his shoulders, and that's a high stick when he played the puck. The ref called it, and all the way down the ice, the faceoff's going to be in the whole other end now. That's a good break for the Trojans. Now we got Robinette taking a faceoff. They scored a goal like this already tonight, their lone goal. He's got Vosberg back at the point that he's going to try to win it to. He gets it back to him. Vosberg throws it in the corner. There's Clark fighting for it. Now Luverne comes up ice with it. Here's Standifer. He throws it across the blue line. Luverne dumps it back out to center ice. Robinette, Clark using the body. Now Billy Schneider just scored. Takes a shot from the slot, about right where he scored the last time. Clark turns and throws it, looking for Robinette. Luverne dumps it back down to Standifer. He finds Clark, and then he finds Robinette. Robinette leaves it there. Here comes Robinette. He's got some time to skate. He's got 4 guys on him, so Clark's wide open. Here's a pass all the way down to Clark, and Clark finds the upper corner. When I saw those 4 guys making a wall, all coming for Robinette, you know somebody else is open. Mitch Clark was wide open. Robinette with the real heads-up play. Kind of throws it over him a little bit, over the sticks. Nobody could get it except for Clark, and he was wide open. Skated in, put the puck in the upper corner. It's a really nice play, a really good setup from Mitch Robinette. I don't know if Luverne forgot about Clark or what happened there. A good goal scorer as well, and he found the net.
Yeah. That was a... Must be a hurt player in the...
Yeah, it is.
Oh, here comes Tom Meyer. He's in the EMT.
I don't know if he is.
Luverne bench over here.
Where's shit?
Krackelberg. Keep playing though.
On that play, there's like 4 Luverne players that were just like lined up in a row straight across, and Clark was over on the left side, and Robinette thought he was going to maybe try and maneuver around him, and he just kind of shot the puck up, and I think all 4 of those Luverne players wanted to hit Robinette, and they didn't even think about Clark. Clark down there on the breakaway, and he scores. So 2-2, 150 left in this second period. Joe Vosberg takes the puck, throws it up the ice. Here's John Stanford down here in the corner. Him and Jake Stanford. There was a penalty on the play. 15 white. 15 white with the hooking penalty. So that's going to hurt the Trojans here.
Yeah, just when Worthington pulls back, tie the game up. Now we take a penalty, and then we're shorthanded. Luverne's already had 1 power play. They weren't able to do anything with it. We got Robinette and Ryan Grimius playing forwards with Halls and Pfeiffer back. Now they're going to take an injured player off the ice. They're kind of stopping a little bit here to figure out what's going on. Now we'll continue play. Face off down in the Worthington defensive zone, right to Flynn's right. Luverne gets control. Billy Schneider behind the net. He's got time. Pfeiffer's kind of waiting. They're going to let him work it around on the outside, but they don't want him in the inside. Now they're going to try to dump it down. They find Clark. Clark scored a number of, Robinette scored a lot of shorthanded goals already this year. He throws it up and over the boards into his own bench. The face-off will come from where he shot it. I think when teams get on a power play against Worthington, they get in such a big offensive mode that they make one little mistake and Worthington finds Robinette and he's gone and he'll put it away.
Yeah, Worthington has a lot of single goal scores, I think, this year. Robinette usually gets on breakaways, and he's pretty hard to stop. Once he gets on the breakaways, he kind of got a little... He can hit practically any corner of the net. So here comes Luverne down the ice. They're going to try and set it up in the zone, I think, but Pfeiffer doesn't let that happen. And here goes Robinette right there, just what I was talking about. Let's see if he can score here. And he does! That's a goal by Mitch Robinette, baby! Assist by Kyle Pfeiffer!
I just called it. One little mistake from Luverne. Pfeiffer sees Robinette in the middle. Throws it up a little bit. Robinette picks it up. Takes it himself all the way. Nobody could catch up to him. And he found the upper corner. It's a pretty goal. Short-handed goal. You know that takes a lot out of the Luverne team's spirits.
That's exactly what me and Ryan were just talking about there. Short-handed goals. Mitch gets on those breakaways, and he's pretty hard to stop.
Yeah, he's really hard to stop. It kind of looked like the last goal by Clark, kind of all around. Here goes Robinette again now. He sidesteps a defenseman. Guess that was an unassisted goal from Robinette. Luverne makes a little mistake, and boom, they paid for it. Now here's Pfeiffer. He looks cross-ice for Schaden. Schaden hustling after it. He plays the body. Robinette coming in to clean up the puck there. Now here comes Luverne with the 3-on-2, and they miss pass a little bit. Pfeiffer dumps it down.
Life is made up of choices. Some easy, some not so easy. It can all be so confusing, especially if you're not sure.
So, I don't know what the big thought was there.
Okay.
We got 8 seconds to go now in this period. Face off down in the Worthington offensive zone, Luverne zone. Worthington loses the face-off. Pfeiffer keeps it in though. Clark's fighting for it. And that's the end of the period. Both teams are skating off the ice now. Trojans up 3-2. You got to figure they're feeling pretty good going into the locker room right now. Just scored 2 goals right in the end here. One short-handed, killing off their penalty. There's only 19 seconds left. And hopefully Worthington can take advantage of this game. Worthington had 11 shots. Luverne only had 7 in that period. Now we're going to do our little shoot-off out here at the arena. We recorded this last week and we'll do it again tonight. 3 shots for each contestant. There's 2 contestants. They get it through that little slot there. And Carl's gives them a VCR. If they don't make any of the shots, they get a large pizza from Godfather's.
It's your cameraman, Brett Wiltrout, tonight. Sorry for the inconvenience on the camera, but it's kind of tough to film hockey. Isn't that right, Como?
Yeah. I've never really tried to film hockey much, but I'm sure it is. That puck moves awfully quick. The arena staff getting it set up out here. We got Dan Rickville working around out here. I'm not sure who's shooting right now. It's a pretty younger kid. He gets his 3 shots from the blue line. I don't think anybody's won it yet. It'd be kind of fun to see a little kid like this win a VCR.
Yeah, let's see if he can put in that little hole down there. Carl's Appliance. They kind of pretty much overpowered that Rick Bill's furniture store.
Our first contestant is getting ready to win a VCR from Carl TV and Appliance.
Let's see what this little kid can do. Maybe he can win a little VCR or something. Oh, his first shot, just a little wide left.
He must have hooked that one. We got Dan Rickville out here talking. The second shot was wide to the other side. And this one's wide again. Oh, he wins a pizza at least. A large Godfather's pizza is better than nothing. We got a lot of his little friends out here cheering him on, it looks like.
Who's this?
Ryder. Ryder.
First shot is wide again. Nobody's getting close tonight. Last week, Jeff Grimius just about made it twice. That one hit the board at least. That one almost made it. Neither one of them won, but they both get pizzas. It's a fun little game. You come out here to a game, you get to play this game too, and buy a ticket, get a chance to win a VCR.
Yeah, it's pretty good thing for the hockey arena, and we'll be back for the 3rd period.
15 minutes in the 3rd period. Worthington's ahead 3-2. Worthington wins the face-off. Robinette's line is out there for the Trojans. Mitch Clark throws it to the defender. Now Clark bumps him off a puck. Defender went down. Here comes Luverne into the zone. They're looking to blast it up into the slot, but it's blocked away by the defender. Now Worthington's penalty's over. Here's Mitch Robinette on kind of a breakaway. He's got one guy. He's got a guy with him, though. He sidesteps him. Goes for the 5-hole right between the legs, but the goalie makes the save. Now here's Clark going after it. Now Luverne loses it. Robinette throws it back to his defenseman. Hauls. There's a shot. blocked up in front, but the goalie held on. We'll face off down here in this zone.
Yeah, Robinette had a quick shot of net there. I thought it was going to go in, but he had Ryder on his right side. He took the smarter move, just got a shot of net for the Trojans, and goalie made a good save. So here's Robinette taking the face-off again. He just kind of lets Brawl win the face-off, see what happens.
I look for both teams to be pretty fired up now when they come out. It's Luverne and Worthington. It's a rivalry. It doesn't really matter anything but that. It doesn't matter if they're playing for nothing. It's a big game no matter when Worthington plays Luverne.
That puck just sailed up into the rafters there and came back down on the ice. So they'll have the face-off right on the red line there. Robinette's going to take the face-off against Brawl. He wins the face-off back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer over to Clark. Here comes Clark and Robinette. Robinette got a nice shot of net. Clark with the rebound. That was a good play by the Trojans there, by Pfeiffer, Clark, and Robinette. Here comes Clark down in the zone, digging it out. Luverne kind of sails it out of the zone. Pfeiffer picks it up. He bounces it off the boards. Ryder was there to get it. Oh my God! Pfeiffer just drilled like Brawl. Here comes Robinette. 1-on-2. He's gonna get the shot off. And that was a good shot by Mitch Robinette. All he wanted to do is just get a shot on net, and he did it. But the goalie made a good save, so Trojans will have a face-off down in the Luverne zone.
Robinette's had 3 shots on net already this period. Maybe Luverne's not going to stick to him quite as tight. They're behind right now. They got to worry a little bit more about scoring than being scored on. Brian Grimius' line is out. He wins it back to Vosberg, who takes a slap shot, and there's the deflected pass. We talked about this earlier. There goes the player. He's got another guy. Tried to pass it and put it right on Standifer's stick. Now slap shot from the point. Flynn makes the save. Scramble for the puck. Worthington comes up with it. It's Vosberg. He looks up. Real nice pass to Schaden. Gets it taken away. Luverne doing a good job of getting in between the 2 players and taking the puck from them. Here comes Luverne walking in. Schneider, he scored already tonight. Worthington gets it, taken away by Schneider. He looks for the slot. He flipped it over the defender's stick, and it ended up going over his player's stick too, so he couldn't get a shot on. Worthington's got to get the puck and clear it out of the zone. They're struggling right now.
Worthington's showing not very good defense here. I think they're just looking for to get the puck out of the zone, so Flynn just covers it up, see if they can get Robinette and Clark's line back out here and Ryder's line. Looking at defense, probably Pfeiffer and Halls. Yeah, that wasn't a very good line right there, but let's see if they can regroup here.
Both teams switching lines, and here comes Robinette and Clark out there. I think they got Ryder with them, and Pfeiffer and Halls. Last time Pfeiffer and Robinette and Clark looked really good together. Those are 3 seniors. You got to rely on those guys, and they were playing good. Robinette's just getting mugged, and he gets it up to Clark anyway. Clark had the goalie sprawled out with just the glove to stop it, and he made the save. Robinette using the body. Pfeiffer throws it across for Mitch Clark. Clark's skating north. Both teams fighting for it right now. Ryder's got it tied up pretty good down there with Robinette. Trojans are trying to get a whistle, and they got it.
Yeah, that was a very excellent. That was an excellent play by Robinette. He was getting tangled up on the blue line, and he just kind of took his skate and kicked it right to Clark. It was perfect pass. Clark had a good move on the goalie, but the goalie made a good glove save on the play. So Pfeiffer's chasing it down in the Worthington zone. He's going to take it around the net. Kind of loses the puck. Tips it up to Ryder. Ryder struggling to get the puck. Pfeiffer gets it back. He's going to take it back around the net. Stops. Here he comes. He's going to pass it to Robinette, and that pass was blocked by Braw, number 15 for Luverne. And Braw kind of gets checked, but he regains the puck. He sticks with it. Halls gives him a little hit there, but they both stay up on their feet. Halls trips there. Clark regains the puck here. Here comes Clark with the puck. Puts a move on number 48 from Luverne, and here comes Clark and Robinette on a 3-on-3 with Ryder. Clark's looking for the pass in front of the net, and he does. And that's a goal by Joey Ryder. Ryder with the goal.
That was a heck of a pass by Mitch Clark. He skated all the way down the ice, came down in the corner, circled around. He was looking for a pass the whole way, and finally he saw a lane. He threw it right to Ryder's stick. Ryder just threw his stick down, threw his stick at it, and it went up her corner. That was a really nice setup by Mitch Clark. Got to give him a lot of credit for that. And Worthington takes a 4-2 lead now with 10:50 left in the third period here. Now we got Grimius out there with his line. Jake Stanifer doing a good job of forechecking right now. Now we got Luverne on a 2-on-1. Derek Russ is hustling, trying to get back. Good play by the defense of Joe Vosberg there. Went for the guy with the puck and ended up checking him. They took him down and the puck went to the corner. Worthington passing it pretty nice right now with this line of Derek Rust, Ryan Grimius, and Jake Schotten. Joe Vosberg at the blue line trying to hold it in. It gets out. He looks back for his partner Stanifer, throws it up to Rust. Rust backhands it into the zone. Now Ryan Grimius coming after it. Worthington changing lines. John Stanifer out there. He takes a backhand and it goes up into the Luverne bench.
Trojans got a 4-2 lead here with 9:59 left in this third period. We got a game here. It's going pretty good. So far it's been close, but Trojans are starting to pull away here with 2 quick goals to start, or actually 1 quick goal to start off. Joey Ryder keeping it in the zone, Robinette behind him. Joey goes down to dig it out of the corner. Joey with another nice play, brings it right in front of the net and gets a shot of net. Robinette working around the corner. John Stanifer with the shot of net. It's blocked by a Luverne defender. Pfeiffer going down into the zone to get it. He takes it around, or he knocks it around the boards to John Stanifer. John Stanifer back to Pfeiffer. Goes through his skates. Ryder come over to rebound on it. Ryder kind of got it in his skates here, trying to dig it out. Pfeiffer gets it. He knocks it off the boards. Oh, and he smokes number 16 for Lauren. Here comes Robinette. See what he's going to do with the puck. He had John Stanifer with him. John kind of just dove at the puck, see if he could hit it, but he missed it. So here comes number 48 with Luverne, brings it in Luverne zone. Pfeiffer takes a licking on him.
I think Worthington's resting Mitch Clark a little bit right now. Didn't come out with his line like normal. Got John Stanifer out there.
Jake Schotten kind of messing around with the puck here. Here he comes on, he's finally taking it up off the boards. Tried to get it to Derek Rust. That didn't work. One of the Luverne players stole it from him. And that might, no, that's not going to be a penalty. Thought it might have been maybe a hook or something, but here comes Rust and Robinette and Schotten's line. Pfeiffer's got the puck down in Worthington zone. He passes it up to Rust. Rust carrying the puck. He's going to dump it into the zone. Here comes Ryan Grimius down to dig it out. Rust picks the puck up. He had an open man in front of the net if he could have controlled it, but 42 from Luverne takes it up the ice. Joe Vosberg says, not that, and Jake Stanifer picks up the puck. Here comes Jake Schotten with Ryan Grimius, a 2-on-1. See what he's going to do with the puck. Oh, he passed it to Grimius, and Grimius did hit the net, so he missed a shot, and here comes Luverne back down the ice, but Worthington stops the puck, comes back down in the Luverne zone. Number 42 for Luverne. And 33, they have a 2-on-2, and Jake Stanifer with a dive to stop the slap shot. And here comes Clark. Oh, if he would have got around that defender, he could have had a breakaway maybe. Clark putting on some good defense. There's Robinette coming out. Jake Stanifer kind of just takes a whack at it back down into the zone. Ryder with some good D. Kind of trips a little bit. Robinette going down behind the net. Robinette hits it back down behind the net. Clark going to go down there and see if he can dig it out. Ryder down there helping him. Here comes Robinette down to help him. Clark fight. Oh, Clark with a big hit. Uh-oh, comes a one-on-one, Schneiders and Standifer. Jake Standifer playing some excellent defense down there. He's just going down right when the defenders shoot the puck. Here comes Robinette. They're going to try and rough up Robinette. Mitch just kind of takes a little shot, but he didn't get that hard of a shot. Just rolls to the goalie, and the goalie covers it up.
Just over 6.5 minutes to play now here in the third period. Trojans ahead, 4-2. Bringing on the line of Ryan Grimius with Jake Standifer, or Jake Shodden, I mean, and Nick Nelson with Pfeiffer and Halls on D. Luverne wins the face-off. They control it, try to get it up. Pfeiffer keeps it in, gets it over to Shodden. Shodden takes a shot wide of the net. Here comes Grimius right in front. He had Nelson kind of screening him. Goalie makes the save. Came back for Grimius. He overskated it a little bit. Puck's down in the corner now. Both teams are fighting for it. Now the puck squirts loose. Shodden tries to hit Bra. Bra got the best of that. In the last line shift, I saw Mitch Clark throw a real nice check there. I'd like to see that out of a player like Mitch, using the body, somebody other than Pfeiffer doing some damage. Now Ryan Grimius is smoked by two people, kind of sandwiched. Here comes Luverne up the ice. Takes a slap shot at the blue line just wide. Chris Hall's back for it. Puck's kept in by Luverne. Luverne's pulling the goalie, it looks like. We got a penalty on Worthington. Once Worthington touches it, it'll be a whistle, and there it is. I think Jake Shodden has a penalty for high sticking. High sticking penalty. Worthington will be shorthanded for 2 minutes now. 5 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the third period. Now Luverne gets to bring the power play out again and see if they can get one in the net. We got Mitch Clark out there with Mitch Robinette to kill the penalties, and we've talked about the offensive power of the penalty killing line before with Robinette. He's got Clark with them too, and he's just about as, he's just as dangerous. He plays more defense, I think, more of a defensive style. Here's Robinette looking for Clark. Clark's up top, shoots it over the boards, and we got a whistle.
And like we said before, when Worthington scored on that shorthanded goal, I'm pretty sure that they're going to try and see if they can get a breakaway with Robinette or Clark, so they put another shorthanded goal up on the board. They usually, always once in a power play, will get a breakaway or something. So let's see what happens. Robinette takes face off. Kind of hits it forward. Brawl won that one, but here comes Clark. Clark going to shoot it in. That puck was deflected. Hit the glass right in front of us. Here comes number 12 for Luverne, putting some moves on. That was blocked by Jake Standifer, I think. And then Schneider's tried to get a shot on net there, but it just a little high. And here comes Clark with D. Clark and Robinette. See if they can get a breakaway maybe. Pfeiffer with the D. Standifer going to take a whack at it. And Jake Standifer with a nice job getting it out of the zone there. Here's Robinette on the D. He gets it up to 44 from Luverne. Here's Clark. Right here is what happens. Oh, that was a great defense play by number 42 from Luverne. Clark really did. He had one last second to see if he can get that pass off because there's Luverne players all over him, but it was just tipped by number 42 from Luverne. It's kind of a bad power play by Luverne here on their part. Pfeiffer with a nice slap shot down the ice. Ice a little bit, waste a little bit of time. Here comes Derek Rust. He's doing a nice job. He gets a shot on net. That about went in there. Goalie didn't really know if he was going to shoot it or not, but he did shoot it. He got a nice shot on net. And here comes Derek Rust again. Another shot on net. Rust is doing a great, excellent job here on this power play for Luverne.
Now we got less than 10 seconds left on their power play. Russ gets it again. Here he comes. He takes a slap shot from the blue line. The defender blocked it. And now he goes for a line change. Good job by Derek Russ there. Both teams are full strength. The penalty expires. Now Shodden dumps it in, fresh out of the penalty box. He's going after it. Number 33 for Luverne looks up, finds 77. He carries it in, tries to shoot it. It's kind of deflected up. Now Worthington throws it out of the zone. Here comes Ryan Grimius. Guy coming after him, so he steps to the side. John Staniford throws it in the corner. Luverne trying to clear it. Held in by Vosberg. Now they clear it. Back to Halls on D. He throws it in the zone. Luverne picks it up, goes behind the net with it. Shodden putting on some pressure. Gets it up to Bra. Now Joe Vosberg throws it along the boards. Here's Robinette now back on the ice. He tried to poke it past the defender and step to the side. Here we got Nick Hagen. Carries it in, takes a shot, and gets hit pretty good by Bra. Now Chris Halls takes a slap shot. It's deflected. Rising up and went over the net. Luverne tries to throw it out. Vosberg tries to stop it. Now we got a one-on-one. Poke checked away by Halls. He goes to the corner, lays a hit on. Luverne player down on the ice. Now sliding is Robinette behind the net. Luverne in the slot. Chris Hall's playing the body back there for Worthington. Now Luverne tries to go to the D. Overpasses it. Goalie comes out to play it. Clark fighting for it. He picks it up. He's got Robinette. He tries to get it to him. Defender makes a nice play. Otherwise Robinette would have been wide open in front of the net. There's Clark playing the body again. Now back is Halls. He finds Robinette. Robinette circling in his own zone. Luverne making a player change. Looks up for Clark. Puck bounces over his stick. Now Stanifer picks it up. Throws it to the Luverne defender. Mitch Clark using the body again. Knocks down Luverne's Bra. Both those kids are pretty small but strong on their skates. Kyle Pfeiffer with the puck. He throws it in. Worthington's offside and it's going all the way down. They're calling intentional on that one. Faceoff's going to be deep in the Worthington zone now with 1:05 to play. Worthington up 2-0 here in the third period. And
heard that roar of the Worthington crowd over there. They like to see that number 15, Mike Braw, get hit a lot. He really doesn't ever go down a lot, but Clark, yeah, Pfeiffer brought him down once. Robinette laid a couple hits on him. And Clark knocked him down right over by the Worthington fans, and that's where the big roar came from. And I think Luverne could be taking a time out here to talk things over. So we'll be back right after this timeout.
Luverne might try to pull the goalie here with less than a minute. Probably be looking for the goalie to come out if they got control of it. They got to score 2 more goals. Anything can happen in hockey. It's pretty unlikely. You can figure you'll probably see Robinette and Clark out for the Trojans. Pfeiffer will probably be out there. Jesse Flynn's been doing a good job in net tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's really been doing a good job. I'm sure he probably has a lot of saves in net. I've seen a lot of glove saves by Jesse. And I wouldn't mind seeing Mitch Clark or Mitch Robinette get another goal here, just for statistic-wise. Robinette, he was 6 down, I think, today to a couple players. And now he's had 3 or 4 points today. So I wouldn't mind seeing him getting another goal here. Him and Clark getting another goal here. Seeing if they can move up in the standings for points-wise.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Worthington score a goal right here in front of the Luverne crowd, too. Get their reaction to that. They were being pretty rude, I heard the other night. Now Luverne does have their goalie pulled. Worthington wins the face-off. Luverne holds it in at the blue line. They got 3 guys in the slot. Turnaround shot by Luverne, blocked up. Now we got 44 with the puck in front of the net. Flynn's down, scrambling, and Bra finds the net. Flynn didn't know where the puck was. He was screened good. Puck squirted free. Bra was standing there all alone, and he took a shot. Luverne pulls within 1 with 50 seconds to go. Now I see Clark and Ryder coming over the boards, and Robinette. Now Luverne's bringing their goalie back out, but I'm sure he'll be coming off right away if Luverne gets down in the Worthington end. He'll probably play out a little ways.
Yeah, Flynn was kind of laying on the ground, and the puck just came off to the right side, and Mike Braw, number 15 for Luverne, just tapped it in. Easy goal for him.
Robinette to take the face off at center ice for the Trojans.
50 seconds left.
50 seconds to go here in regulation. Robinette wins it, but we got a whistle. I'm not sure what the whistle's for. We've mentioned Braw's name a lot for Luverne tonight. He's played a pretty good game. Him and Robinette are taking the face off. Worthington gets control. Now they're going to want to dump it in the zone just to make sure that goalie can't come out and kill some time here. Luverne coming up ice. They'll probably cross the line and throw it in. It's Braw with Mitch Clark playing back on D. We got a whistle. I don't know what we got now. They pulled the goalie. I'm not sure if they said the player went on the ice too soon or what was the deal here.
Brady, let's go.
I think the player left the bench too early when the goalie came out. Kind of trying to cheat a little bit, get a little advantage. Now we got another whistle on the face-off. I don't know what the call is. Luverne's crowd's getting a little upset. They're just mad because their team's losing.
Fan sweaters.
Now Mitch Clark with the puck. He's circling around, looking for Robinette. Robinette gets it. We got 20 seconds to go. Worthington D tries to dump it. Braw gloves it down. They got to wait. Now the goalie goes off. This time the player waited not to be called again. Now we got a shot from the slot by Luverne. I think it was blocked by a player. Robinette with it. There's 6 seconds. He's taking a shot at the net. That's going to be wide, and that's an icing. I don't know if I like that play. Trying for one of those goals. He had a choice there to waste 3 more seconds and the game would be over, or take the risk of scoring a goal and icing the puck, which he did. Now we got a face-off in Worthington zone with 3 seconds. 3 seconds is enough to score a goal in this game, that's for sure.
Mike Braw and Mitch Robinette take the face off. 3 seconds left here. We got something going on here. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if they reset the clock a little bit or what's going on.
Maybe putting some more clicks on back on the clock or something.
Now we're up to 4 seconds.
4 seconds now.
Braw to take the face off.
Braw and Robinette face off. Face off back to the point. And that's the game. Worthington wins this game 4-3. It was a very excellent game by the Worthington and Luverne. Both put on very good performances. And the next game for the Trojans is January 30th. It's against, next home game, it's against Waseca. And that is Parents Night, so hope we can get a lot of fans out here. So, signing off, this is Brady Onnen.
And Ryan Como. The shots were even this game. Any Worthington hockey fan will like to see Luverne lose to Worthington. That's the second time in a week, and it's nice to see that happen.
Thank you all for watching Cable 3. This is Brett Wiltrout, the Cameraman, signing off.